Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and Senators. I would like to thank the Chair and the committee for allowing me to present Assembly Bill 1691, which seeks to improve the efficiency, the effectiveness and efficiency of the Enhanced Fleet Modernization Program, known as the EFMP, and the EFMP Plus Up program. The current program does not have requirements to prevent fraud or clean up backlog of applications who might be listed, which results in a various disenfranchisement in terms of the district. This bill will establish a common framework for the EFMP and Plus Up program so that the program operate in more efficiency, with a more efficiency and a more efficient in the community and in California. This will require a replacement of vehicles that will, these vehicles that will be on the streets who are more polluters. We want to target them and prioritize them to reduce green gas emissions alongside the public health needs of California. The public health outcome of low-income communities are too often ignored and burdensome with heavy pollutions and individuals coming down with chronic asthma and other illness directly towards old vehicles and also smog. With this bill, we will have an opportunity to improve the program that seeks to reduce this massive health burden by improving efficiency and enhance oversight and target the problems that we can take care of here in California. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you very much. Witnesses in support, please. Nope, no witnesses. Others in support? Any in opposition? Questions of the committee? We have a motion by Senator McGuire. We have the Secretary call the roll, please.
Assembly Bill 1691, the motion is due pass and referred to the Committee on Environmental Quality. Senators Bell, Cannella.
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen. Bates. Not voting. Gaines. Galgiani. Leyva. Leyva, aye. McGuire. McGuire, aye. Mendoza. Roth. Wachowski.
2-0. We'll leave that on call. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senators.
I think Senator Frazier. Not sure. So this is item number 18, AB 2170, and I'll just let you know we have a Republican recommendation for an aye, and I'm sure support along the way. So if you keep it brief, we'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Good afternoon, Senators and members of the committee. Thank you for allowing me to present my bill today. As you know, the federal government recently passed the FAST Act, and now for the first time they are providing states with funding for freight. Right now it's about $116 million per year, but we're hoping the number will grow with future federal authorizations. The FAST Act requires that states have a state freight plan in place, and California has one ready to go. The infrastructure projects in the plan will help relieve congestion, move goods faster and more efficiently, and reduce vehicle emissions. Because this is a new federal program, absent some statutory direction, it's not clear how these new federal freight dollars would be allocated. AB 2170 provides that direction. It directs the money through an existing program, the Trade Corridor Investment Fund program that was created to distribute Proposition 1B bonds last decade. By all accounts, the TCIF program was a great success. Among other benefits, it brought regions together like never before. It took $2 billion and leveraged over $7 billion, and it delivered excellent freight projects. This is the success that we'd like to enact with 2170. I've brought several witnesses here, but we're going to only have 2 speak and to testify in support. And first I have Tim Egan from representing the sponsor, the Southern California Association of Governments, and I also have Keith Dunn representing self-help counties.
And before we start, Mr. Chairman, this has a support recommendation, so I'd like to move that bill when appropriate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Tim Egan with Southern California Association of Governments, the sponsor, and the Alameda Corridor East Construction Authority in San Gabriel Valley, which is the largest benefactor of the TCIF program that the chairman of the Assembly Transportation Committee has made reference. Some of you who served on Budget Subcommittee, Transportation and Housing Budget Subcommittee, might recall that there was a budget trailer bill recommendation that was submitted by the administration. Both houses did not take that up and basically said that the whole issue, which is this current bill, needs to be discussed in policy. This bill flows from Senator Waso's bill, SB 1228, which unanimously passed both houses a couple years ago, that evergreen the TCIF program, but it did not provide any funding. Another point, the FAST Act that Chairman Fraser's pointed out, a lot of us, my client in particular, has been working 30 to 40 years with Congress to try to get Congress to allocate and identify specific funding for freight corridor projects, both rail and highway. So after all this hard work, we finally now have funds that are coming back into the state, and it will generate roughly, we estimate about $580 million for the next 5 years that the California Transportation Commission would be responsible in allocating those dollars. Just in Southern California, we have an unfunded freight goods movement need of $70 billion. And this bill doesn't quite meet it, but it will definitely help us try to address some of that need. With that, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate your support.
Thank you. Is there other witnesses?
Thank you, Keith Dunn, Self-Help Counties Coalition. I will take the direction of the Vice Chair and stipulate everything that's been said. I will throw in that there's no better way to leverage Self-Help County funds than to combine them with the TCIF program. With that, I ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Other witnesses in support, please.
Eric Thronson with the California Transportation Commission. The commission is in support of this bill.
Audrey Durfer on behalf of the Ventura County Transportation Commission and San Bernardino Associated Governments in support.
Bill Higgins on behalf of the California Association of Council of Governments, includes all the RTPAs and the MPOs.
Steve Wallach on behalf of the Alameda County Transportation Commission, also in support.
Tim Schott on behalf of the California Association of Port Authorities, which is comprised of the 11 commercial publicly owned ports, also in support.
Paul Gonzalez representing the Port of Long Beach in support.
Andrew Antwi on behalf of the Port of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority, and the Pacific Merchant Shipping Association, all in support.
Kirk Blackburn on behalf of the San Diego Association of Governments in support.
Yeah, Tim Chang for the Auto Club of Southern California in support.
Joshua Shaw for the Solano Transportation Authority in support.
Sandy George representing the California Railroad industry and also Maersk Lines. Thanks.
Jonathan Clay, Port of San Diego in support.
Thank you. Do we have witnesses opposing this legislation? I see not any questions from committee members. If not,
Need a motion?
We have a motion. Do you want to close?
Respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Okay, we call the roll, please. There's a motion for approval.
Assembly Bill 2170, the motion is do pass and refer to the Committee on Environmental Quality. Senators Bell?
Aye.
Bell, aye. Cannella?
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen? Bates? Bates, aye. Gaines? Gaines, aye. Galgiani? Leyva? Leyva, aye. McGuire? Mendoza? Roth? Roth, aye. Wachowski? Galgiani? Aye.
We have 7 votes. Thank you. We'll wait to close the roll when to allow other members to vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's go back to item 9. This is AB 1732. Assemblymember Ting. Assemblymember, you have the floor for your bill.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Mr. Chair. AB 1732 requires all single occupancy restrooms in California to be universally open to everybody. Bathrooms are something that we use every single day. We want to make sure that their access for everyone is safe and fair. So whether you're a woman with young boys, whether you're a father like myself with young girls, seniors that we have to take care of, or family members who are disabled, or whether you're part of the LGBTQ community, we want to make sure that all single room occupancy bathrooms are open to everyone. We think this is a very fair assessment. We didn't include any penalties or fines as part of this use to really encourage everyone to participate. We know that many restaurants and many organizations already are participating in this and moving forward. We think it's really the way for California. Respectfully ask for aye vote.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members. Alice Kessler, I'm here with Equality California. We're a co-sponsor of the bill, and we agree with the author that this is a pretty common sense measure. It would not be very burdensome, and yet it is something that would greatly assist members of the LGBT community, people who are transgender, people who simply may not conform to another person's subjective gender assumptions. They shouldn't have to worry about using a restroom. This is a basic need that we all have. It's also something that we think would be easy to implement. It's something that many, it's already being done in many places. You think about an airplane. The restrooms on an airplane are not gender specific. It would help families. It would help people with disabilities who may have an opposite sex caretaker. So for all of those reasons, we're very supportive, and we would urge your support today.
Thank you. Witnesses.
Mr. Chairperson, committee members, and concerned citizen, my name is Chris Crittenton. I'm from Transgender Law Center. I'm a legal fellow there. I'm here to speak about AB 1732. It improves access by making single-stall bathrooms all gendered, which is helpful especially for transgender and gender nonconforming people. When you have a gendered bathroom, it requires you to make a declaration about your identity every time you use a restroom, which is actually dangerous. People can be denied access or harassed or unfortunately also face violence by using the restroom, which is something everybody needs to do. As I mentioned, it's a common sense solution. It's already existing single stall bathrooms. It's just a matter of changing a sign to say it's inclusive to all of the genders. They mentioned also that it's being used in many places, including Seattle, Washington. It's being used in the University of California system already very successfully. It's not been problematic. So, and it helps more than just transgender and nonconforming people. It also helps women too, who sometimes have longer lines for restrooms. It would improve access because they would be able to use all of the restrooms that are single stalled. There's really no reason to not be able to use it. So thank you for your time, and please vote yes.
Thank you. Witnesses in favor. Other witnesses, please.
Eric Baca with the Los Angeles Unified School District, also in support.
Thank you.
Erin Evans on behalf of the San Francisco Unified School District. We offer these restrooms, unisex restrooms in our high schools, and very much support equal access to restrooms. Thank you.
Erin Niemela representing HP Inc., Salesforce, and PayPal, also in support. Thank you.
Rebecca Gonzalez, National Association of Social Workers, California chapter, in support.
Devin Anderson on behalf of San Mateo County in support.
Michael Radigan on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, Santa Clara County, in support.
Brian Ortiz on behalf of the ACLU of California in support.
Sandra Williams, California National Organization for Women, in support.
Thank you. Other witnesses in support? I see none. Witnesses opposing the bill, please come forward.
Mr. Chairman, honorable senators, my name is Randy Thomason. I'm president of Campaign for Children and Families, representing parents and grandparents in California. Now, the supporters of this bill are saying a voluntary system works. This bill is not proposing a voluntary system. It's proposing a mandate, and the bill, which you have in front of you, I encourage you to look at it. Very short, 4 sentences, only too short, because this bill is both overly broad and vague. It lacks definition and it lacks limits. It's poorly crafted, therefore, and creates undue burdens because, again, a mandate is very different from a voluntary recommendation. Now, consider this. If a small business currently has 2 restrooms for men and women, where is the requirement in this bill for them to continue offering 2 restrooms, not 1? There is none. They can go for time, labor, expense, whatever, especially if they move or change to a larger building or what have you. They can choose to just have 1 bathroom under this bill, and strangely, this bill could limit access. Now, there are also conflicts that this creates in the law. Business and Professions Code currently requires that service stations shall include separate facilities for men and women. Now, what happens to this law? What do service stations do if this bill passes? The Health and Safety Code says public agencies must provide restrooms, quote unquote, for each sex. Now, what happens to this law if this bill passes? And what about Cal OSHA Title 8 regs that deal with construction safety? That law actually says that a minimum of one separate toilet facility shall be provided for each 20 employees or fraction thereof of each sex. So how many sexes are there now for which construction sites must provide separate toilet facilities? This is setting up inconsistencies and conflicts in the law. Furthermore, the bill says any business establishment. Hey. Now what about, yes, sir.
Wrap it up.
Yes, sir. It does not define business establishment. It does not exempt home businesses. It does not define place of public accommodation. Public accommodation means private entities. There's no religious exemption whatsoever, no church school exemption. So this is a broad mandate that is going to set up conflicts because there's no exemptions and lack of definition.
Thank you. Senator Cannell, you have a question.
Senator Ting, first off, I think this is a good approach. I do have a couple of questions for you. In my business, we've made them all gender neutral, and it's actually worked out fine. So, but on the, you use a very specific term, place of public accommodation, which has the same meaning as public accommodation. And I've looked through the definition of those terms, and it looks to me like churches are exempt. In your mind, you wrote the law, are churches exempt from this provision?
So I may have misspoke on this on the assembly floor, because I asked that question. Based on that, we actually looked at it further. Based on what we've looked at, we would agree with you that this does not seem to apply to churches.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have a motion. Is there other questions of members? Senator Galgiani.
My hometown is Stockton. It's more than 150 years old, and we have a lot of older buildings. So clearly, you can see we're going to have some issues with this. What I've faced up and down my district since I've been in the assembly is the problem with ADA lawsuits in regard to bathrooms. And in many facilities, it's been extremely difficult, extremely, very, very, very costly for business owners. I've had many businesses shut down. So when I see this, I'm very concerned that this is a toe under the tent and that maybe next year it's adding private right of action, and then the year after that. How do you see this affecting older communities like mine who are going to have a tough time with this?
Absolutely. Thank you, Senator, for that excellent question. As you know, I come from a town with many old buildings as well. And what we purposely did not do is there's no requirement in this law for people to build single-room occupancy bathrooms. So if you're in an older building and you have a multi-room bathroom, this law does not apply to you. All this does is if you are in any building and you happen to have a single-room occupancy bathroom. So single room means you're in a room, you lock the door, it's just you in the room, in the restroom. We're just asking that room, that bathroom be open to everybody, that it could be, all gender, it could be a family bathroom. It really is open to everybody. So there's no requirement that you build this bathroom, and there's no requirement that any of the multi-room bathrooms that are in most older buildings that this would apply to. It's only single-room bathrooms.
Okay, other questions?
Question, if I could.
Senator Gaines.
There we go, great. Yeah, thank you. I just want some clarification because there are single-room bathrooms currently, and I've used them, and they've been male and female. So tell me what this bill does versus what we're already experiencing.
This bill, if you had two single-room bathrooms, say in a restaurant, and one was male, one was female, it would just say that the restaurant owner would have to change the signage and let anybody use either one of those bathrooms. So they would no longer be gender-specific.
Single stall.
Single stall. I mean, sorry, single room, because it's not a stall, because people get confused, because, if it's a stall where multiple people are in that room, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a room where only single fixture. Only you are in that room. in the facility.
All right, thank you.
And so all we're looking at in terms of a fiscal cost is very minor. You're talking signage. And frankly, if people don't even want to put up a sign, they could just take down the sign that they have.
Okay.
Just like our houses.
Other questions?
Correct.
Okay, would you like to close?
Really appreciate all the questions. I think we have a common sense bill that we have broad support from the business community as well as many members of the community. I think what this is simplify the issue rather than add another layer of bureaucracy. Respectfully ask for a vote.
So we have a motion in favor. We'll call the roll.
Assembly Bill 1732, the motion is do pass and refer to the Appropriations Committee. Senators Bell?
Aye.
Bell, aye. Cannella?
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen? Bates? Bates, no. Gaines? Gaines, no. Galgiani? Leyva? Leyva, aye. McGuire? Mendoza? Roth? Roth, aye. Wachowski?
Aye.
Wachowski, aye.
Five votes in favor, two not. We'll hold the roll open for other members. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator.
Okay, next item would be AB 1738. Assembly Member McCarty is here. Welcome. You have the floors.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I have before you what I think is a simple bill. I know you hear that a lot. It deals with gray water, specifically dark gray water. It asks the Department of Housing and Community Development to look at the viability of this dark gray water as a source for reusable water. If it's found to be safe and reliable, local jurisdictions would then be given the option to issue building permits. Of course, dark gray water is water from kitchen sinks and dishwashers, and it's currently illegal, but it hasn't stopped thousands of water-wise homeowners from doing it on their own. In fact, other states like Oregon, Washington, Arizona already allow for this use. And we estimate that one household alone would be able to save about 2,500 gallons a year with a gray water system. Put on perspective, if just 10% of Southern California homes had a gray water system, the water savings would equal the proposed Carlsbad desalination plant down there in San Diego County. This certainly isn't a panacea, but it's a step in the right direction, allowing us to be more water smart. And with me today are Laura Allen from Gray Water Action and Daniel Tran, a Sacramento resident with experience working with gray water systems. Thank you.
Thank you. Witnesses, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Laura Allen. I'm the co-founder of Gray Water Action. We're a nonprofit. We teach homeowners and professionals how to install simple gray water irrigation systems. And I'm also the author of The Waterwise Home. It's a technical manual about building these water reuse systems. As you probably know, not so long ago, it was practically impossible to install a legal system in California. In 2009, we had a really significant improvement in our code, in the plumbing code, yet we still need to improve that code to make gray water a viable reuse option for more people. Kitchen sink water has arbitrarily been excluded, even though we generate about 400 million gallons per day from our kitchen sinks and dishwashers as a state. In my work, I see a lot of interest from homeowners. They want to reuse their water, and they don't understand why they're excluded by using it. And like the author mentioned, an estimated 1.2 million people in the state are already using it. So we need to make standards so people can do it in the right way. And other states do allow it. It's not, we would not be the only one. Gray Water Action strongly supports AB 1738. We believe it's an important step forward for Californians to increase our water reuse options. HCD, with a body of stakeholders, can create a code that's protective of human health, environmental health, and safety. And it can guide homeowners and professionals to construct well-functioning systems. And importantly, this bill would not require anyone to install these systems or even to permit them. It would just create a regulatory framework to allow for this legal reuse. Thank you.
Thank you. One more witness for.
Daniel Tran, local resident here on my own behalf as a architect, landscape designer, and gray water specialist. Here to answer any questions you folks might have for a local installer. This bill would greatly expand and diversify the options for gray water reuse in California, and increase drought resilience, and hopefully spur some new green job growth. It's going to provide more affordable options for folks, such as single sink systems. Meanwhile, more costly and sophisticated systems are going to be more worth their investment and more effective if they can use all of a building's gray water output and not exclude kitchen sink water and dishwasher water. Here in downtown Sacramento, like many other parts of the state, it's very commonplace for a kitchen sink to be near the perimeter of a home. Therefore, it's more accessible and minimally invasive to add a single system to irrigate the nearby landscape. I'm really excited to help people do this, and I'm really excited to train other people in how to do this.
Thank you. Other witnesses in favor, please?
Mr. Chair, Joshua Shaw with Shaw Yoder Antwi for the City of Santa Monica in strong support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly Doe on behalf of California League Conservation Voters in support.
Maria Garcia with Greenberg Traurig on behalf of the California Landscape Contractors Association in support.
Gabrielle First on behalf of the Sierra Club California in support.
Mr. Chairman, Richard Harris on behalf of Water Reuse Association. We were listed as opposed because we had some strong concerns about whether or not this was going to be a mandate on communities, and it's not. And we've had some great conversations with your committee staff as well as the agency and the author's office. So we're not opposed anymore. So I'm just.
Thank you. Okay, other witnesses in favor? Witnesses opposing this measure, please come forward. Welcome. Want to have a seat?
This is the
one. Yeah, go ahead. Welcome, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I'm Ron Davis. I'm representing Eastern Municipal Water District today. We provide water and wastewater service in Western Riverside County. Okay. Our board of directors is very concerned about the public health and safety issue of using water from kitchens and kitchen sinks and dishwashers. So the prospect for potential of contamination due to meat products and other issues from leading to pathogens and biological issues that could cause contamination on property, and the potential for ultimately leaching into groundwater basins that we're trying to keep clean. Moreover, I do want to emphasize that recycling water is very important. We agree with the author completely on that. Eastern Municipal Water District is pushing 100% recycling of their wastewater. And so we are complete concurrence with that. We would like to recycle all this water through the public wastewater treatment plant to get it to a level that it can be used for a number of purposes throughout the water service that the district provides. So for these reasons, we remain opposed to the bill and urge your no vote. Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you have other witnesses opposing? We have a question. Senator Roth. Senator Roth, you have the floor.
So our analysis notes that apparently both the state of Washington and Arizona both permit the use of this dark gray water, but the analysis also notes that in both cases, the dark gray water has to be treated before it's used. Can you explain what the analysis was behind that requirement and why not here?
I'll allow our witness to evaluate that a bit more, but I just want to note that it is permissive, and by the way, and we want to clarify that potentially in this committee, or if it does go to the follow-up committee. And this would set a regulatory framework. It would have counties, they wouldn't have to issue permits, but one thing that I think that counties would want to do is focus on education. You know, right now people can do gray water from their clothes washer, and certainly they teach people not to put bleach and put it on the lawn and so forth where their pets and children and so forth. And so I would think that a same type of an education component would be part of the puzzle if the Department of HCD comes up with a regulatory framework that works. But maybe you could enlighten us a bit more.
Yeah, it is.
I guess to be more specific with my question, were there studies or was there data that you know of that went into the requirements in Washington and Arizona for treatment before the dark gray water is used?
The treatment is referring to removing the food particles in the grease. It's a kind of a technical necessity if you're going to send the water through small outlets. So it doesn't have to do with any potential concern for pathogens. That's addressed in a different way by requiring the water to be used subsurface, which is a pre-existing requirement in California. All gray water sources could have potential pathogens in it from showers, from washing machines, currently legal sources of gray water, and kitchen is the same. So it would be required to be sent below ground where no one can access the water. So to clarify, the treatment is it's not like a disinfection type treatment. It's more of a physical removal of the grease and the food particles to prevent clogging of the irrigation system.
This dark gray water is used, you say subsurface?
For irrigation.
So you wouldn't run it through your irrigation system, or you wouldn't?
You're not allowed to do that with gray water in California.
Other questions from members? Senator Wachowski.
And I guess my follow-up, is that why we're going to the Housing Community Development versus State Water Resource Board, or EPA? Because I see that we're asking for regs from them versus the other state agency.
I think that's related to the state building code, and with the current gray water system, they did go through the state building code process.
HCD is charged with creating the gray water regulations for the state, and it's found in the plumbing code. That's why.
Okay.
Other questions?
I guess
so. Assemblyman, you can close if you like.
Just thank you for the good discussion. I think, as I said earlier, this is not a panacea to deal with our drought and our water issues, but I think that some innovative homeowners could make a difference, and I'd appreciate your consideration.
Okay. Senator Wachowski, another question.
Seeing that this bill is going to go to EQ, I don't mind moving the bill if there hasn't been a motion.
You changed your rule then.
Right, but I'm going to stay off of it. I want to move the bill, but I'm not going to vote on it. Yeah.
He's confusing me too. Okay, well, that's all right. Senator Wachowski makes a motion to move the bill to Environmental Quality Committee, which she chairs. Okay. Any questions from the senators about that? I didn't get confused about that. Okay. We will call the roll, please.
AB 1738, the motion is due pass and referred to the Committee on Environmental Quality. Senators Bell.
Aye.
Bell, aye. Cannella.
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen. Bates. Gaines. Galgiani. Leyva. Aye. Leyva, aye. McGuire. Mendoza. Roth. Wachowski.
3-0. Or 3-0. We will wait until other members show up for final vote. Thank you. Item 13, item 15, Luis Alejo is here. This is 2090. It will go to item 15, low carbon transit operations.
Mr. Chairman, I believe this has no opposition, and the Republicans are in support of this bill as long as the presentation is very brief.
Okay, then he said it's brief. Okay. Assemblymember, you have the floor.
I'll be very, very brief then, Mr. Chairman and members. This bill provides a solution just to help transit districts that are in a very tough financial situation be able to benefit from the low carbon transit operations program. With that, I respectfully ask for your aye vote and have some witnesses speak in support.
There's a motion on this bill. Speakers in favor?
Alex Clifford, Santa Cruz Metro. Yes, we would encourage an aye vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Others?
Michael Pimentel with the California Transit Association. I'll be equally brief. We encourage an aye vote. Thank you.
Okay. Speakers in favor?
Mr. Chair, members, Josh Shaw. Not only do we represent Santa Cruz Transit, who you heard from, Solano County Transit in support of the bill. Thank you.
Okay.
Bill Higgins, CalCog in support.
Steve Wallach on behalf of AC Transit, CalAct, and the Napa Valley Transportation Authority in support.
Moira Top on behalf of Orange County Transportation Authority in support.
Joshua Stark on behalf of Transform in support.
Tim Schott on behalf of the San Francisco Bay Area Rapid Transit District in support.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Witnesses opposing this bill? I see none. Do we have questions in the committee on this bill? I see none. We have a motion. Would you like to close?
I respectfully ask your aye vote and thanks to this very efficient committee. Thank you.
Will you call the roll, please?
Assembly Bill 2090, the motion is due pass and referred to the Committee on Environmental Quality. Senators Bell.
Aye.
Bell, aye. Cannella.
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen. Bates. Bates, aye. Gaines. Galgiani. Leyva. Leyva, aye. McGuire. Mendoza. Roth. Roth, aye. Wachowski.
That's 5-0, and we will wait till other members.
Thank you very much,
That's the
members.
vote. Thank you very much. Let's see. We need some authors. We need, we have AB 1965 is the next item. Assemblymember Cooper. And then after him is, let's see, 2208 is after that, and 2222. Any of those authors? We can get them to show up? Oh, okay. Water Garcia is 2783. 31. Turn it over to you. Assemblymember Garcia is...
Mr. Chairman, we have a support recommendation by the Republicans. I'd like to move that bill when appropriate.
This is item 31, AB 2783. Assemblymember Garcia's support, and you have the floor for your presentation.
Mr. Chair, in the interest of time, I just respectfully ask for your aye vote on AB 2783.
And I assume that includes accepting our amendment?
That's correct.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, we have a motion on this item. We'd like to call in favor. Anybody in favor like to testify? How about opposed on this bill? Opposed? I see none. Committee members, questions? We have a motion. Let's call the roll.
Assembly Bill 2783, that motion is do pass as amended and refer to the Committee on Environmental Quality. Senator Bell?
Aye.
Bell, aye. Cannella?
Aye.
Cannella, aye. Allen? Bates? Aye. Bates, aye. Gaines? Galgiani? Leyva? Leyva, aye. McGuire? Mendoza? Roth? Roth, aye. Wachowski?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Gaines, aye.
Gaines, aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Okay. Get some more authors in here. We need authors from the Assembly. I think we have...